what was the word? The hot flash.
Menopause.
Yeah,
Menopause.
yeah. It's because when that start happening, all the men will pause from coming into your life.
The boy, you're a rapper, man. You got it, man. Please send me a Cash App account.
All right, y'all, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Palm Wine Central podcast episode. I'm one of the hosts on Cookie Man. I got my good fellas with us. It's a packed house today. For that, follow us on all streaming platforms, Palm Wine Central Podcast, all social platforms, PWC Cast. And this episode is sponsored by SITM Podcast. Go follow them as well on all those things, SITM Podcast, uniform like that. Let's get it going, man. Yo, Baba Aziz, what up, though?
What's up, family? It's good to see everybody. JB, welcome back. I'm excited. We got some out of the box options coming. You're up.
Okay. T, what's good with you?
I'm alive. I'm well. Looking forward to the episode. So,
Yes, so Baba Lord.
Europe. I'm happy for it to be Wednesday because I actually got a lot to get off my chest. So let's drop it. I got some shit to talk about today.
Okay. Buckle up. Chef T, what up, though?
Yo, man. Glad to be back. Wanted to start off by saying rest in peace to the late Mr. Great Ibu. Wonderful actor, comedian that passed away this past week. So want to send my regards. But we back with it again, man. About to get the people what they want. Let's do it.
Yeah, so do you know his real name by chance?
I do not.
It's from your country. Anyways.
His name is John Okafor.
John Okafor, man. He said, how do you even say the Ibu thing again? This guy.
Don't come for me, bro. Don't come for me.
Like that last time you wanted to say belly, you said a belly.
Hey, this is a new week. I redeemed myself.
apparently, new week, same shit.
Hey, yo. Anyways, man.
I beg.
Yeah, but rest in peace, man. RIP, man. MC JB, man, it's March. Welcome back. It's like you're trying to close the third quarter.
I'm back, bro. I'm back. Been around the world, man. It was time for me to catch up with these little boys at home, and I was gone for 2 months, so I had to make sure I was there for them. My wife has been doing a lot, so I had to catch up and help again. And I'm back to my family, and I love you guys so much. And it's going down. 2024 is bloody.
Yes, so. Man, listen. I am gonna hold y'all, man. Let's get into this real quick, man. I got a nice break for y'all.
My husband used our life savings to pay for his mother's cancer surgery.
Life savings.
I am from Nigeria, and I have been married to my husband for 16 years.
Wow.
And we have been together for 23 years. We have 6 children, with our oldest being 15, and our youngest being 1 year old.
Okay. She's been grafting, this woman.
We have always dreamed of building our dream home and moving out of the home we rent from my husband's father. We have both worked very hard to save money for this dream home. As for me, I have an Ashwabi business, whilst being a mother and taking care of the home, may I add. Whilst my husband works in IT, sadly, his mother, who is 87, was diagnosed with cancer.
87.
As we don't have insurance, the bill for her operation was 30 million naira.
Jesus.
Which is roughly, I calculated, is $33,000. We managed to raise the money, and the operation was a success, but with no guarantee the cancer will not return. Unbeknownst to me,
I love that word.
my husband decided to use our life savings to pay for the surgery, and he did not inform me. Of course, I love his mother, but that was our life saving used on someone who doesn't have long to live anyway. And the cancer may return. It's killing me to pretend I'm happy about this. Am I in the wrong? Kakati. My husband.
Oh, yeah. Is she in the wrong? Let's discuss.
I mean, I don't think so. I think that's a level of betrayal on some form, especially that it's both their savings and it was meant for a particular purpose, the least he could have done was ask her if that's something they could use, rather than just making an executive decision and doing it by himself. That I'm surprised to find out they've been married for that long, but I think he did that because he probably knew what she would say, what her answer would be. So he rather just come ask for forgiveness than permission. But yeah, he's out of line for that.
Elias, what you think?
Honestly, sometimes you got to make executive decisions. And we can always make more money, but you only get one mom. And if she did it for her mom, I wouldn't be mad at it. So me doing it for my mom, whoever I end up with is not going to be mad at it either. I'm big on family, so I only really deal with people that are big on family. Some things you don't even have to ask. If she has cancer and she needs emergency surgery, go do the surgery. We'll deal with the consequences about that later, right? He did what he was supposed to do. And if she has an issue with that, that's probably not your wife anyway.
It's a wise answer. MCJB, what you got?
Man, I hate that I like this dude, man. I really hate the fact that I like this dude. This dude be saying some things sometimes that I'll be thinking like, really, really, what happened to communication, man? What happened to communication? And you just from telling us that they are living in a house which is owned by the lady's father and they're paying rent. Why are they not living in that house for free since family comes first? So I'm paying rent to your husband and you're sick and I have to go remove money and treat your mother-in-law without knowing. What happened to communication? Just tell me, I'm about to help you. I am good at helping people. Let us help mom. We are going to help mom. And maybe we stop paying rent. Go ahead, bro.
Now, I'm just going to say, I'll tell you what happened to communication. Whether you were okay with it or not, it was going to happen, right? That's the truth. If somebody's dying, that's a family member, that's a parent, whether you're okay with it or not, the result and the decision has already been made. And if you don't understand why that decision has been made before or after the fact, you're not my wife anyway.
I deny that one.
You're
I
not my
don't
husband too.
care. Woo, I don't care. You
Yeah.
have to listen. The part of communication, the end product of communication is not so that I agree with you. It's to involve me in the process. That's the end goal of communication. Now, if you take me out that process, you don't regard my opinion, you don't regard many things about me. Because yes, let's have that conversation. I may not agree with it, but yes, you're right. At the end of the day, when I would get over myself, it's like if this was my mom, I would probably do the same thing, but not behind your back and call that executive decision. If she is not my wife, then you probably are not the right husband either. If you cannot involve your wife in that process, there's nothing to me that can reconcile the fact that you exclude your wife from a decision like that. There's nothing that can justify it.
Yeah, for me, I don't need to know if my wife's parent needs $33,000 either. So if she told me, yo, this is what I did, I didn't have time to get to you, we needed to make a decision, I'd be like, you did the right thing. If she told me I didn't do it because I needed to talk to you about it though, I'm gonna get rid of her.
Bro, we don't just get rid of women like that, man. From the way it sounds, it's as if a woman is an entity, man. We don't just get rid of women like that.
I need a critical thinker though, and I need somebody that really gets life, right? You can't put a price on life. So if there's an emergency surgery that needs to happen, we might not have that few minutes, right, to communicate about it. We got to make an informed decision. And I need you to make the right decision, right? Just like you say, for humanity.
What if she was a sole signatory to that account? How would you get the money out?
You said, what was she, what?
She was a sole signatory to that account. How would you get the money out?
Because she would have to be present. But that's not relationship anyway, right? So if we have one account and we're joint, then we're joint. But ultimately, like certain decisions, like if you were sick, right, and you needed emergency surgery, right, and you and your wife had an account together, right, and she was out of town and you couldn't get to her, what would you do? You would die?
Aziz, you've made a whole different scenario from what we're talking about.
I'm asking JB though, since he's married.
Yeah.
Like, you're a married guy, you need emergency surgery. You just found out that if you don't get the surgery in 5 days, you might not survive until she gets back. What would you do?
It's America. I have an insurance. I put it on my
What
insurance.
would you do though, hypothetically?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you would pay for it, right?
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for
Exactly.
it with letting my wife know. I'll let my
What
wife
if you
know
couldn't?
about.
What if you couldn't get to her?
Now you're talking of if I can't get
Yeah,
to
what
her.
if you could? Yeah.
Okay, to be honest with you, this is what I'm saying. If I cannot get to my wife, I will go ahead and try to survive by using that money. Okay, this is about me helping my mom who's sick. And I go ahead and I take this money and I give to my mom without letting my wife know. That's so much betrayal right there and lack of communication.
You know, the funny part is, my mom matters, but my wife's mom is gonna matter even more than my mom, right? So I don't really see that as mature, especially when it comes to money. We'll make more money back. That's not a big deal.
Okay, talking about Nigeria with the economy, I don't think it's easy to make more money back.
But yeah, just
$1,000 is 1 million naira right now. That's crazy.
I mean, Nigeria's economy and Kingdom economy are two different economies, though, man. We operate on a different frequency. We're gonna make it back with interest.
But you gotta survive for the earth to get to the kingdom.
We definitely will survive, and so is mom, because she gonna live after that surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supporting the move, man. Gotta take care of moms, man. I'll do the same thing for my wife's mom. Big on family as well. I don't see it as not a communication issue. It's more of just having to take care of the situation at hand at the moment. Communication will definitely be dealt with, but in a life or death situation, you got to be swift on your feet. And I agree with it as well. You know, I definitely agree. You only got one life to live. For them to say that, we don't know how much longer she had to live. Who are we to judge and say how long she's gonna live? You know, it's a lot of. I mean, I won't say a lot, but you know, people have lived past 87. So I mean, I'm not going to put anybody under it to say that, you know, your mom or my mom can't be that person. So I just think about, like he says, one life to live. Like, and then money, you can always make money back. Like, you know, you two, regardless if it's two people working or one person working, if you have that foundation, you have that belief, uh, that, you know, you guys are strong enough that you guys can take punches and keep going. I don't see it as the end of the world. Yeah, maybe will it be a struggle? Maybe you might go through a rough patch at a time, for sure. But at the end of the day, would it be worth it if your mom is still alive and still there? I believe so. So yeah, go ahead and take the money, and yeah, let's go and save our mom.
I think you guys are missing the part here where this was not an emergency. Because all your answers are based on emergency situation. They had time to build up to the surgery. So you are saying that it is okay because all your scenarios are based on the fact that she has to think quick. It's a critical thinking. They had time to build up to that surgery if you listen very carefully. So in a situation where you still had time, you still would not tell your wife. Is that what you're saying, Tayo?
In a situation where I had time to tell my wife and I didn't tell her.
Because that's the case right here. He had time to ask her and for them to discuss about paying for it.
I mean, but it's a lot of ifs that we don't know. We don't know why he didn't do that. So I mean, knowing that there's time, that's for us to now put in the situation.
I'm not asking about him. You had
time.
I'm
saying, yeah, if I had time and I didn't tell her, there could be things going on at the moment that I couldn't communicate with her. That's why I did. That's why I paid the money.
I mean, to be honest, I really don't care what kind of timeline they had. If I wasn't there and my wife was there and she heard about the surgery, I would expect her to be like, yo, let's go ahead and get it started. Again, if you don't do that, right? I don't care if my mom lives a day after the surgery. I don't care if she dies right after. If you don't make that decision, right, and it's not the right decision, you might as well pack up your stuff too and go ahead and get your coffin ready.
Why is it about packing stuff? What is it about packing stuff? Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
if she died right after that surgery, bro, I'm waking her ass up, asking for my money back, and then I said continue. Like I the fuck you talking? Hell no. But no, in agreement, to be honest, in context of what the clip was about, I definitely think that at least put in an attempt to communicate, because maybe that partner would actually want to be there as well. It's not just about the money. Like just involve your partner. End of story. Even if you can't get to them, you tell somebody who can. There's so many different means that you can get in touch with your lady, man. We're in the 21st century, bro. It's 2024. Now, let me just give some different scenarios, because I am a family man, but also I'm just a human. You know, there's a selfish side. As soon as my wife was to tell me that her mother, let's just use that her mom was dying, I'll say, I'll go back to the first day we met and start checking off things. Like, you remember you never wanted to marry your daughter? Okay, look how it's backfiring. You remember that time when my wedding was like you wanted to talk for 3 hours during our wedding as if it was your own. And now you see why you are divorced with your husband. Like, I'm not gonna that's my human side thinking, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna react as, you know, as I was raised, to make sure to love my family, take care of business. But it'll definitely pop in the back of my head, man. It'll definitely pop in the back of my head. Hey, listen, you have to be petty so that you can laugh and be like, only if I was really like that. Woo, that woman be dead a long time ago. But that's my spiel, though.
What is wrong with you, dog?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. If you guys don't think like that, man, y'all are some boring people in the head.
You know,
For real.
the funny thing is, I'm laughing all this my thing like this. I'm thinking alongside the same with you, bro. Like, my body's like, I'm going all the way back. If she was one of those petty mother-in-laws, man, forget it. Forget it. Come tell me.
Yo.
If not like Aziz, the packing. I'll join Aziz in the packing.
Let me throw this question to you. Let me throw this question to you guys. How many of you guys can get married to a woman that's exactly like your mom?
I don't know, man. I don't know about all that.
Exactly.
I love my mom.
A woman that behaves like your mom. A lady that behaves like your mom. Just put your hand up if you know you can get married to a woman who acts like your mom.
Definitely.
You know what's funny? What's funny? I don't know about, all the guys here, but I would like to say that most men actually, like most married men actually, if they had their way, I'm not saying people who settle for what it is that, they've been trying to look for and they couldn't find. No, I'm talking about people who actually go for what they want. I feel as though most men actually look at those women from the lenses of their mother's eyes.
Yes, sir.
And like,
sir. Preach.
So
he's coming from a dude who's not even married.
100.
That's what the world wants us to do.
Not yet.
Hey, bro.
He's loading. He's loading, though. He's loading.
When I survey 100 married men,
okay,
a lot of them like said, when I was looking for my wife, like it was that, because it's like, also think about it, right? Think about it. Most times, when you're like picking with a woman, or you're courting a woman, or you're dating one, or you're in a relationship with one, or whichever, you know what I mean? You've already had that. It's like you grew up with your mom, for like the longest. That's like the person you've seen things about a woman day in, day out through her. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point in time that this other person now that is supposed to come attached to you and create a world, you're not seeing those similarities. You're like, man, what the heck? I mean, again, I don't know about the other fellas, but I'm just saying, for my own personal experience too, you know what I mean? Like, for real. If I don't see certain things, it's just kind of hard. It really is kind of hard. Like, and then for me too, my non-negotiables to also come to from that aspect of things, So
we're on the same page with that, Pastor AK.
Let me take you guys out of this now. When you're about to make love to that woman, you still think about your mom?
What?
Come on, Brad. That's taking it out of context now.
I knew you were going to say that.
We're not saying what happens in the bed. We're not there when our mom is doing her business. Like, come on.
I
No,
cannot
ask the question.
reimagine something.
no, I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. Like, I'm actually one of the people that actually sit like this, and like the other time, I looked at my parents, and just out of curiosity, I was like, "You guys having sex, man?" Because this guy walking like he can't even stroke.
Same
I
here.
mean, things like that. Like, I'll
Same
literally
here.
ask.
Same here.
I'm no foul. I'll ask.
I'm not gonna
What was
lie.
the response?
If they answer, hey,
Look at his
Oh,
face.
if. So, is this hypothetical or this is something you've done?
no, this is something I've done. Like,
He's done
Okay.
that.
this is something I've done. You know what I mean? Like, I'll literally sit with my mom and be like, let me ask you this. Like when you guys are doing that, and she just look at me and say, what is wrong with you? And walk away. But it doesn't change the fact that I still asked.
Of course, you gotta ask.
But see, I wish African parents would answer questions like
No,
that.
they do this time. They do these days, though. They do.
I really wish they would. So it sets our expectations when we're old to know what to expect. And a lot of times we stumble into things because they're not forthcoming with information. They lie to you about what marriage is. They lie to you about what raising kids is. So I think it would be nice if they start answering questions like that.
See,
When you get to a certain age, right?
thank you.
Can you say they lied to you?
I wouldn't call it a lie per se. I would just call it they were not forthcoming with information. It's what I would call it because they try to package things in the best way possible to entice us into it, to make us, because I feel like they feel like if they tell us the realities of what marriage really is, oh, it might scare them, oh, it might, and our parents do have the spirit of long suffering in a lot of things. And so if they really sat down, I feel like they think if they broke it down, us youngins probably wouldn't want to get married. So I think they give us in packages that they think it's enticing so that we can buy. But, you know,
I'll take a little bit of what you said and then I'll throw a little bit of what you said. Yes, they're breaking it down in chunks for us to, digest because, again, at 12 years old, if they throw certain things at you, your brain is not even developed enough to understand, right? So you get to a certain point in time, you've also gone through certain things you understand. But then let me ask you this. You want a certain information so bad. But then when they tell you that, okay, stay at home, don't go to the club, don't do this, you'll be like, oh, now I gotta go learn and make more mistakes. Okay. So which one is it? Do you want to learn or do you want to go make your mistakes?
I don't know about the people, but I was that child who told what she was, who did what she was told. So I don't know about the other people. That might be a question for someone who did not listen.
Well, I
I'm
think,
that child.
huh?
I said I'm that child.
Yeah.
But you're not as curious as, T was with that question that she posed, right?
Yeah. No, 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 no. I'm not. I think well, in that case of that, the question, my parents were really blunt with me. It was everything was on the table. And then on top of that, I'm a male as well. So that kind of is different, especially the majority of the information that were given to me were from my father. Thankfully and gracefully that I was blessed enough to be raised with both parents in the household. And my dad really, played that role. And I had older brothers. So it was like I was always there. And to the point where it's always like, hey, you got a hook. Hey, you got a hook. Hey. After a while, it's like if they keep hammering that nail, the nail will bend. And sometimes I will bend. Then they'll want to hit me from the side paws, to straighten me. so so a lot of times, man, that nail of me as a nail is still literally this far from the board.
When I say
So
that look at these ladies who are holding on to their sexual lifestyle until to their late 30s, I ponder from 20 through 30, 35. That's the most time you can have sex as a woman. When you get to 35 through 50, worst of it all, let me put from 50 because I met a lot of ladies who are in their 50s and they tell me all these heat flashes. Is it heat or hot flashes? It's hot flashes, right? When you get to menopause or something. It is crazy. As a woman, okay, let me not take this topic somewhere else. If you're not having sex while you're young because your religious views or your man is not doing this to you. You're not giving him this. Your boyfriend has too many girlfriends. You're not going to sleep with him today. Wait till you get to 50. No sex toy will help you out, my sister. No.
Do you know why they actually call it that? What was the word? The hot flash.
Menopause.
Yeah, yeah. It's because when that start happening, all the men will pause from coming into your life.
The boy, you're a rapper, man. You got it, man. Please send me a Cash App account. I'm sending you $1.
I sent it to you before, this guy. I'm still waiting for the first Cash App.
You told me to send the money to the kids back in Cameroon.
This guy.
Oh, you're right. I hope they're enjoying,
It was only $5.
You don't know that $5, man. You can buy you some pop-up somewhere.
In Nigeria is 1 million.
Hey, chill.
Wait, Tayo, your come up,
Yeah.
right? And probably you too, Aziz too. You guys just come up like from birth. What are some things that you might say that you are? Do you feel as though you were groomed enough for marriage, or you've been groomed enough for marriage?
That's a good question, bro. So the answer is no, really, right? Right. And that's why a lot of people my age or around my age are not married, right? They have to figure out a lot on their own. And the truth is that figuring it out on your own always takes time. And then even if you're, let's say, biblically sound, right? If you go to an African church, certain teachings in the African church would dissuade you, right, from doing certain things, especially when it comes to marriage, right? So you might leave a lot more confused than someone else that was outside of the church, right? Now, there are also some churches, right, that are gun-ho on marriage, right? So it's some matchmaking service within the service, and people are getting married like in their 20s, right? And they get it, right? Which is what I think works the best, right? Because I think the Bible says enjoy the wife of your youth for a reason. But to your point, when it came to the actual home and conversations about marriage, those were few and far between. They were some good examples of marriage, but when it came to preparation, my preparation really came from drawing near to the Lord, right? And then understanding what my responsibilities are as a man, and then what I should be doing in my single season, right? To prepare myself for marriage, for that lucky one.
Yeah, to piggyback off of Aziz, I'll say first thing is no as well. I felt like just like similar to what he said in churches, like they pushed us to be the good Christian, do things right. But when it came to that marriage topic, or even just sex in general, urges, things that we go through as a youth growing up and trying to, groom it into a young man and woman, it wasn't talked about. Now, I had three sisters. They may have gotten a little bit more attention when it comes to grooming them and how to be a woman and getting ready for that stage. But for me, it was like very general. And if I'm being honest, I feel like in my spiritual walk, within like the last probably 4 or 5 years in churches that I've been to, I can say I've gained a lot more knowledge of how to go about like being married and seeing examples of people like my age or younger getting married. Whereas as a youth from teenager to like early 20s, it was like a taboo sex, and you never really saw that transition from when you're at this young stage and how you get to this stage of now having kids and families. If anything, it was more of you just saw others. If you saw someone else with a girl or a girlfriend or someone had a baby, then you just ask questions like, oh, how did it happen? How did you do? But it was never like a transitioning period. It's more of like people just, like Aziz said, found out on their own, and you learn from other people of, if it was a mistake or a blessing of how they got to where they were.
And just based on what you just said, Tayo, instead of explaining to youth why biblically sound principle when it comes to abstaining, right, the effects of sexual immorality, things like that in the church, and why you should do those things. What they did was they told you that this is your brother, this is your sister. So they tried to instill fear And that was their process, right? So now what you have is a generation of 20 and 30-year-olds that are afraid of marriage, but love to have sex outside of marriage, which is creating societal car crashes everywhere.
Nah, facts. That brother sister thing, it went far. Like, it wasn't literally until I got older, until I remember my mom was like, so and so is not your sister. That is not your cousin. Like, if something was to happen, y'all could, all that. Like, it's literally been stretched, but you got to think about it psychologically. Some people grew up in the church and you see each other as brother and sister to the point where 10, 15 years later, you might not even recognize that person. Y'all moved to another state, whatever, whatever. You send a message and so and so's like, damn, nah, I'm like your sister. We grew up in church together. And I'm like, Mom, is so and so related to us? And they're like, what's their last name? Nah, they're not related to us. Like, who's that claiming? So that psychological mentality of brotherly and sisterly love. I mean, it's one thing in a church household growing up knowing your sister and the Lord brother, but people literally took it to the extent where it was like you couldn't even date within the church. That was how it was presented, growing up. So that had an effect on a lot of people.
What was your take though, AK? What was your upbringing like?
Well, for me, my curiosity played a huge role in, my upbringing. I'll always ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, always asking questions. Who is that person? Who is that person? Who is that one? Just because, I mean, I don't want to be in a certain place and then I come back home and I hear my name like, oh, you were there. You know what I'm saying? So always trying to be aware of who is around first. But then when it comes to just like marriage in itself, man, like seeing a lot of the folks around me and also asking questions, hey, how did you guys get together? Hey, how long have you guys been married? What makes this thing click? For my old folks is just seeing them operate in their essence, always trying not to bring their bad days to us. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell somebody's sitting there frustrated as hell, but they're still trying to smile. So for me, it was more of going and like, yo, man, like poking the bear, like, man, I know you mad as shit, but why? How come you this calm? And just learning things like that. Um, my old folks have always been. They always talk about marriage. They always talk about marriage, man. If anything, like I have people like MCJB and the likes that will probably try to shield me or them away from me. You know what I mean? So we don't be clashing, but they're always talking about it. Not necessarily that you should, but the importance of it, the importance of preserving yourself, on the importance of focusing on what really matters, like your education, so you can eventually work and eventually, provide for family and things like that. So, yeah. But as a kid too, man, it's good for you to open your eyes, and figure out those things that are not said, because sometimes some things will not be said. In Africa, if you go to school and they read chapter 1 to 5 and they quiz you at the end of chapter 1 and the rest, and you have to figure it out, they got to figure out everything else. But I'll pass it to MCJB.
While you guys were talking, I was going through the most religious countries on earth. Guess what? Nigeria is number 9. Cameroon number 11. And the first is Saudi Arabia. Then you have, I think, all those other countries coming through. So when it comes to religious, I grew up in a family where you have to pray every morning. And I tell you guys all the time, growing up, I knew I was going to be a priest. I was working myself towards becoming a priest in the Catholic Church until I realized that kissing was the best thing that God ever made. Then I was like, no way I'm becoming a priest anymore. No way. I'm going to be my whole life without kissing. So I had a couple of friends. I think right now she's in Texas. She will pick me up every morning. We will go to church. We were dating. We were in a very serious relationship. She's now married, has kids. I'm also married. This lady will pick me up from my house. We will go to church in the morning. We will come back and pray. We will even have this 12 o'clock prayer, the Angelus, together during Lent. We will do all those things. Okay. And at night, when I go to see her off, we will kiss. Okay. We'll have good night kisses and hugs. No sexual intercourse. No sexual intercourse. When I go back to school, all I can tell my friends in the dormitory was, "Oh, I have a girlfriend. She's in Lords." I think I was in Starlight then. Oh, yeah, all we do is kissing. And some other folks will teach me how to make love and how to have sex with a woman. So let church play its role. Okay, because the catechist that was in that church in Big Mancon, that man had like 8 or 9 kids. He's a man of God. Had like 8 or 9 kids. And Igbo, father and mother, they have like 10 to 12 kids. That's normal. That's the culture. Why do Igbo have many kids? Because they don't want to get the extinction of the Biafra Republic. So they need to have many kids. In Cameroon, the church tells you not to have sex. But when we go to school, they tell us to have sex. So I don't really want to bring church closer to my belief. But this lady that I'm talking about, this girl could kiss the HELL out of you. But she will not give you the PUSSY. Okay? So I was talking with that girl. But my father in church, the priest, will always tell me, no premarital sex, no premarital sex. Man, that dude was lying. I'm sorry.
MCJ, you know what's funny? You know, I used to be an altar boy, right? So one time, one time I leave, I don't know, I forgot what they call that back room. Damn, forget already. But anyway, I was leaving, I'm, walking out on that.
Psychiatry.
There you go, yeah, that one. The
Mhm.
priest is on the phone, you know what I'm saying? And he's like talking to somebody. And you know how, like, you monitor somebody's posture, you know how they stand, how they're talking, he's kicking rocks and things. I'm like, who is doloing my priest though? So, I kind of go closer. And this guy is talking to his wife and asking her how the kids. Man, that messed me up, man. Messed me up big time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wait. And these guys are not supposed to be married. They're not even supposed to have kids. They're not even supposed to touch woman. But this guy is talking about whole wife with kids.
How old were you, bro?
I was probably about 13, 14 years
How,
old. That really
how
messed
old are
me.
you? How old are you now?
33, going on 34.
So you kept this secret for 20 years, man.
No, not that I kept it per se, you know what I mean? Like, I was, saying like, yo, priests could get married. And, the first time I said it, and somebody said, some of them actually do. I was like, so they're telling me not to wipe, but then they have kids. I said, let me hear somebody say nonsense to me again. But I said, but then, anyways, why did God create the function for if he did not want us to use it? Just use it wisely.
Okay. I don't want to go here because if I go here now, as this is coming for my life, and this is 2024, I don't want to go and talk about fornication. I don't want to talk about that. I will just jump and let's focus on this topic. Yeah, because that's one of the greatest scams ever in the Bible, fornication.
Yeah, I don't come for next. I'll just send Pastor Terrence your way. I'll send him your number.
Oh, I guess we need to catch up after this.
But let's bring T into the conversation real quick, right? So T, let me ask you this question. You said that parents don't do a good enough job to like prepare kids for what's to come because of fear or whichever, you know what I'm saying? In an ideal world, maybe in your past, right? Maybe something that you didn't have that you wanted so bad. What would that environment, that scenario look like for you? If you have to paint that picture for someone, hell, if you have to do it for your own kid, how would you go about it? What is it that was not done for you that you wish was done?
Sex education, for one. I think I was done a huge disservice with that one. The main thing they tell you is don't get pregnant. That's it. Don't tell you how you should not get pregnant. They don't explain to you how you get pregnant. Just there's certain times of the month you get pregnant. That's it. So I think for me, even with like younger cousins that I helped raise and all, it's like to be honest about the process, right? And not mystify sex. Because when you mystify sex, I think it just creates a whole beast and makes kids even more curious about it. Also, calling body parts the names that they're called. Nothing like this, oh, your PP is this. No, it's a penis. It's a vagina. I think introducing them at home to those words first and giving the right information helps when you're out there with other kids, decipher what's right or wrong. At least the affects exposure to things like that is not outside of the home. Because they would always learn things outside of the home, right? I did. And so I think if I'm first upfront with that information with the kids, I think it helps better manage their what kind of information that they um initially absorb, if that makes sense.
See,
Mm.
what was the first time you did it?
I don't know. I was in my 20s.
Good. Was it good enough?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
Do you remember the dude?
Damn.
Yeah.
That means it wasn't shit.
You remember the
No,
dude? Did you see
not
the?
that it was not that he wasn't anything, but it's just I was
It
more
wasn't
concerned
memorable.
about I was more concerned about other things than that.
It was a one-time hitter.
No, we actually dated for a long time.
Okay, so you don't remember that the first time you did it was good or bad?
No, I don't. I really do not.
Did you go back for it again ever?
Yeah, like I said, we dated for years, so yeah.
Okay. If you see this dude today, you're still single. Would you hit it again if you were single?
Probably not.
Oh, that
But
just
what?
sucks, man. Please give me his
No,
number.
we're
Let me go
not.
get him.
Why? No, we're still cool. We talk. I
Oh,
mean,
but
that's
you
a
just not.
long,
You
yeah,
just not doing
just
it.
that feeling has gone away. I've moved on.
So following what you're saying, do you believe there are three kinds of love that I understand, or three ways you can love someone? I believe there's a way that there is lust, which is lust is one of the best way of loving someone. You're just lost over that person. It's the most candid way of you loving someone. All I want is to sleep with you. But folks think it's a bad thing. You're lost over someone, you are in love with that person, and you are infatuated over that person. I
Did
feel
you
like if
just
you
say
truly,
that's the best one?
that's the best one because folks pretend a lot these days. Folks pretend a lot these days. That explains why out of five of us here, my four brothers are still thinking for the right one. Amongst my five brothers here, one of you is always lost over a woman. That's for sure. Who's the one? Please put up your hand.
What?
No one is gonna put up their hand.
Where is this conversation going to?
They come.
Hey,
I'm still with you, sister. I'm still with you.
Okay.
So were you in love with him, lost over him, or actually infatuated?
I would say that I was in love with him.
Then your love can never go away
It
because true love never
doesn't.
dies.
That's why I said we are cool. Because it's
So why
not
would
like the love just changes forms. Just like everything else. We grow, we move. Don't have those feelings for him anymore. That's why you asked that if I meet him, will I want to hit it? No. Because I don't like him like that. He's always gonna be a part of my story. It's nothing but mad love. I want to see him win. I want to We're cool people. But that feeling is not the same. That's all it is.
would you kiss him again?
No, why would I do that?
But you would sit with him and watch a movie and walk away with nothing, no strings attached.
Yeah, why am I obliged to kiss somebody I watch a movie with?
Sometimes the things we're looking for are very close by, but we are looking far away because that's why a lady will wake up in the morning and tell you what God cannot do does not exist. But this woman is hoping to find a man. She's been home all day and waiting for that man to come and meet her at home. I'm asking these questions to you because I have a lot of sisters out there going through things like this these days. If truly you
Things
ever
like what?
loved someone, if truly you ever loved this dude and he was a good kisser and he is good in bed, some things we think keep marriages, which is actually not what keeps a marriage. What keeps a marriage is your personality with that person. If that person is your friend, you're bound to last longer with that person. If that person is just there because of sexual activities, guess what? Be with a porn star. And most porn artists are actually acting the movie. Those guys take breaks, they take intervals before they shoot one porn movie for 30 minutes. But you get a dude who's 2 minutes, oh, he's a 2 minutes man. So, my sister, if you truly love some dude, okay, and it's in the past, that guy was good in bed, that guy was good in the things that you like, and you think you can tolerate that person, it's never too late to unlove that person. It is easy to unlove someone, but it's very, very difficult to love the person back. Why? Society. The day you book me, say, JB, come and MC my wedding. I'm coming there because I'm happy you're getting married. I don't care if your husband is a jerk. I don't care. Why? Because when you're with him, you're happy, right?
Okay.
So I'm talking about your sexual life, and I'm going this way because I'm talking to the sisters out there who think that a man who can kiss very well, who can have sex very, very well, and you're no longer with that person because of what they did to you in the past. All of us here, these 5 guys here, we have exes. Some of us will end up with our exes. Lord.
JB, I don't get where you were with that.
Yeah, I'm taking you there. You know, that's how I talk. My philosophy is kicking in. So I'm just saying that the fact that you were happy with this guy and you don't even remember if it was good in bed shows he's not a man for you.
No, you guys missed it. You asked me a question. Why you keep asking things and mixing other things in between?
That's
You
what I'm
said,
good at.
do I remember my first time? I said no. It
Okay.
has nothing to do with the rest of the relationship.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
No, I'm not getting it twisted. Can you marry this dude?
No, I would not marry him. No.
Okay, cool. So
But
the
you
guy
keep saying, and I agree with you, the whole marry your friend, right? You have to have a friendship with this person. But let's not forget the importance of what attraction plays and all that. I have many friends, but I cannot marry all of them, first of all. You have to be attracted to this person on some level. You just said love has 3 phases, right? Or 3 stages or whatever it is.
3 types, categories.
You have to have all that if you're going to be with a person. You cannot tell me that your marriage will survive on friendship vibes. It's a lie. You have to have the hots for this person. Otherwise, what are you two doing?
Without friendship vibes, it's going to kill a lot of stuff. That's the most important.
That's why I'm saying it has to have all of them, though, not just friendship. That's why I'm saying just because I'm good friends with this person doesn't necessarily mean that I want to be with them.
No,
because an aspect is missing for me.
Okay, so I was talking about your ex, and I was looking for reasons, not just about regular friendship. So that's what I was going to. Like right now, I fled with you a lot. Does it mean that if I am divorced tomorrow, I'm going to come for tea? No, I don't look at you like that. But on this podcast, you are my woman, and I fled with you, and everyone knows that. Why do I do that? I just picked you and choose to be my woman. And when I go back up there, I fight with my wife. Oh, why do you like tea? Oh, come on, man. We're just tripping, you know? So guess what? At the end of the day, the first guy you kiss has a memory in your mind. The first guy you slept with has a memory in your mind, just like me. I can never forget that woman.
Facts.
So, yeah.
You know,
so over to you, Lord.
Like tea?
I was going to ask you somewhere there. I mean, sorry, not ask you somewhere there, but as we were speaking, I was thinking like, damn, if you guys dated for a while, you know, because I try to put myself in his shoes right now, acting like I'm listening to this episode. I'm like, so if you're saying we dated for a while, how come you cannot remember our first time? And it was your first time.
Because he knows exactly why I don't remember. It's not nothing that is news to him. So y'all don't act like this brother is oblivious. He knows. He knows exactly why.
Wait,
and
is he on this platform now?
No, why?
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. Oof.
So in
I
that
didn't know.
sense,
I didn't know none of
then,
y'all 20 years ago.
so in that sense, then, is it that you don't want to remember, or is it that you blocked it out of your mind?
Thank you.
It could very well be that I blocked it out of my mind.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Or that I don't. If you understood the circumstances, then you will know why. That's
want to
why
understand.
I said a lot of context is missing here. But just know that it is not missing it was never missing to him through the duration of our relationship that I don't remember the first time.
It sounds like to me that
go ahead.
It sounds like to me you were taking 2 different types of shots that night.
Oh no, it had nothing to do with you. It's more a lot of fear.
Okay. That was my first thought when as soon as JB question. I felt like that's where yours was coming from. Like where you spoke about how you were like you wish that's what you would change, like lack of knowledge. That was like
it had nothing to do. I was just well, in terms of society at that time, I was really old when I first had sex. Right.
Okay. Yeah,
everybody around me had sex. I wasn't ready. So by the time I got it, and then you meet someone
I've seen the word old. Use the right word. You were naive.
No, I was not naive. No, I was old in that.
Old in age.
In age.
Of course not.
So
Of
basically,
course.
T, you were V at 21, basically.
Yeah, I didn't have sex probably like 20. I think I was past 21.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
And that time,
there's no problem.
that 21-year-old lady cannot remember that the dude did this or that because the dude messed up and now she has reversed her memory.
No, trust me, it had nothing to do with him. Y'all are not listening. I said it was me problem. It was a me problem. The guy was he was just fine. Trust me.
Yeah, it was fine. We've already established this. You know, she has temporary.
She just wants to block it out. She just...
So let's start breathing on T's neck. I want to go to this Baba and Lord. Tell us your own first time. What did you do? No, tell us the first time that you did this version again. Let's go there.
Yes, I want to hear this.
Wonderful something. Let me mute.
Turn it on.
The first time.
Did you know? One.
No.
If not, what happened? If you knew, tell us, how did you make her comfortable for her first time? Let me mute.
Boy, drink some water.
And will she remember?
Let me drink water, please, first. We're all gathered here, my brothers and sisters, to witness. Yo, I didn't know until I started seeing, water turning into wine. And, if you know what that means, you know what that means. It means you're grown enough. So I asked, I was like, why is that happening? Oh, I'm a virgin. I said, my friend, you're a Cameroonian woman and you are yet older than me. Stop that lying. And I was just like, nah. There's no way. Cause I felt, damn, that's two of them. Shit. Okay, which one was the
threesome?
No. There are two that, the damn three. This versioning.
Oh,
but I'm trying to think of the first one. Hey, my guy, relax. Separate time, separate people.
Oh, okay.
Stop trying to make chapters.
So you're like this. You have devoured 3 women in your life.
You said 4.
Like divorce? I mean, like this version.
Yeah. 4 of them. You alone.
L'avocat défenseur des femmes.
You alone. 4.
Yeah.
Let me mute again.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. Because I communicate. I'm a nice and gentle man. Like, you gotta, like, if a shorty's a virgin, she wants to, kick it off with it. Go ahead.
So we've understood that you're a nice guy. So now tell us, how nice were you that day?
Oh, I was like Usher, like nice and slow, like, as soon as, like opening the gates, I pick one code. Pum, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm fine. Then I poke again. Pum, how is that? I'm fine. Then I poke again. Pum. The more numbers, the more times I keep answering the code. Next thing you know, the gate will open. And the gate opened after some time. The motorcar was there, driving back and forth.
Did you have this? Linesman?
My guy, that towel found itself in the river of Jordan by the time I was done.
How old were you?
We had to dispose. Washing machine was not an option.
How old were you?
Mm-hmm. When I got this version, or when I did version the first one?
You did version the first one.
17.
And she was what?
17.
18. Okay.
17 years old. You're having sex already. It must be nice.
I mean, that's the same year I lost my virginity.
Wow. I was worried about passing biology.
No. I mean, I was too. But the thing is, when I lost my virginity was the same year that I took someone else's. So it was like a give and take process. That's how life works.
Corre boy.
So you do when others treat you well, you gotta treat others correctly as well. So that's it wasn't, and it was a girlfriend. It's my girlfriend at that time as well. So it wasn't a really like difficult thing. We talked about it for some time. I'm a foreplay guy that helps a lot. You know, and yeah, and it was cool. The same year I lost mine, the same year that I took someone else's, and after that, it was just relationships and relationships afterwards. So I did not even get onto the streets until I want to say I was 26, and I'm 30 years old right now.
That's
You
good,
got
man.
tired of taking virginities.
No, I just see this guy. I got tired of relationships, man. Of investing so much of my time in others, and it was never reciprocated properly.
Man took a hiatus.
It's because you were taking virginities and you felt the guilt to sit there because you didn't want them to feel some type of way.
No. It's only one woman two that I dated that I took.
Oh, you're tripping. One, you said two.
Two. Because I had to think now. This brain is not always working. He's not on power saving mode.
So would you still take any virginities right now?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on who the person is.
Boy, you would. You thought about it.
You don't even know.
Listen. The reason why I say I don't know. The reason why I say
know he will.
Listen, it depends on who it is. If it's somebody that like we're just doing a one night stand, yeah, no problem. If it's somebody I want to get married to, no problem. So it's about like longevity or just, or short term. But if you want me to take a virginity and we're doing pala, nah. Go out and experience it somewhere else and then come back to me.
People do one night stand virginities?
Oh, I mean, if you're that good of a nigga, shit, you better ask about me. Google me, nigga.
Nigga.
He has an LLC.
Clap for you.
The Virgin Reaper.
At this point.
Virgin Reaper LLC.
At this point.
Okay, how many views you got? Okay.
Huh?
Okay, how many views you got? How many views you got? How many views you taking?
Only one.
Only one?
Your own doesn't count, bro. Being your meat does not count.
Only one.
So I beat your record, bro?
Yeah, only one.
So I beat your record?
Well, let me see. Only one that I know of. Only one. I've lived my life like running away from that thing, man. Like, if I rap with a show, it's like, you want, even if you lie to me, I'm gone. I run because my experience was the first. I never wanted to feel that. I never wanted to go through that again.
And what was it?
What was it? Because
exactly. Is there a stigma on what is the stigma on this version?
There's no stigma to it, right? It was just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, something that was supposed to be pleasurable, you know what I'm saying, to me, like pleasurable, this person is crying, you know what I'm saying, like shedding tears, like somebody's beating them up, you know what I'm saying? So
use no
you were being
not literally, but
technically.
You use no lubricant, man. You don't use no lubricant, I guess. We didn't have lubricants back then.
Who knew about lube back then? I don't know how far back though.
No, seriously, like, no, seriously.
More lube.
We spoke about this, right? That was because, like, we have been, trying it, but she was not, like, comfortable for a while. For a while. We broke up, got back together, you know what I'm saying? And then one time, magically, like, visited her at their campus and things like that. And then, we spoke about it, got the necessary equipments, you know what I'm saying? Came, but it was just that initial, yeah. But after that, like the following day, it was good. It was good.
Okay, what are the equipments? What are the necessary equipments, bro?
The necessary equipment, you know what I'm saying, like condoms, lubrication, you know what I'm saying? We bought lots of, tissues just in case, you know what I'm saying? But forgetting that, blood is a different kind of liquid. It goes through.
Because you told me the playlist, and I'm like, man, you sound like a basic ass dude, bro.
Okay, AK.
Oh, yeah.
AK.
You got playlist, bro.
AK.
Shoot.
What was this perfect scenario? Were they like candlelight, or was it just like, okay, mom and dad are not home, siblings are not home, let me just go in and hit?
Oh, no. This was actually in Richmond, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Got a hotel with a jacuzzi in it. No candles, but there were definitely champagne bottles in there. Lots of bubbles, in the shower, bubbles in the cup, Um, the
Let
lights
me
were dim,
find
you know what I
out.
mean? Like dim, and then yeah, comfy bed, man. You know what I'm saying? And then it was on the 22nd floor, so it's like you could see VA, like Richmond, you could see Richmond, like the city of Richmond, everything. So it was pretty dope, man. It was pretty dope, but it was just that one crying part that, it's like, I never want to do that again, bro. Like, nope. I don't know about Lord with his 4 or 5 record, but now.
Stop doing that. People can rewind and hear me say four. What's your problem?
No,
It's
but that's
four.
one of those romantic questions. Oh, MCJB, man. I'm not really much of a romantic.
So why you were doing why when you got to that point, you're telling me that you had a very, very hot manhood that was ready to get into the V, and she said no, and she was crying, and you couldn't take it. So you went and slept with the blue balls.
No, not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at that time, we had been trying, right? But she was not comfortable in it. So, that day, I was like, okay, hey man, that's a stick. You go ahead and handle yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just you the leader, I'm the follower here. So definitely that first one, yeah, definitely slept with some blue balls. But the following day, what I'm saying, correct action. Yes. But that first time was rough though. It was rough.
So is the first time you tried it in the hotel, the day that you realized that she gave her the joystick and she couldn't use it, she couldn't handle it the first time. You had to leave that place without getting laid.
No, I
Or
didn't leave now because I went because we're dating, right? Like we're in a relationship. So I went over to Richmond to visit because Shuttle was in school. You know what I'm saying? So it was the entire weekend. It was about 4 days, I believe. Yeah, 4 days trip.
so by the time you went, she was closed. When you left, she was open.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, so you took it.
Yeah,
My man.
but never
Why
again.
did it? No, yeah. To be very honest with you, one time I met this lady, wonderful lady. She's now married in Texas, beautiful woman. I met her and she was a V. So we tried to get in and it was all tight. Boom! I told her no more V's for me, man. No more V's for me. So that's it. I respect a woman who's one, but no more. Plus now I'm married too, so it's kind of different. But if you're V for a reason. Look at where T is putting her face. Like, are we really talking about this? Don't you know they stole my V too from me?
I don't
They
know
took
what
it from
phase
me
you're
too.
reading into, but I don't know what all that is about. I'm in the conversation.
Okay, let's go to Baba T. So Baba T, now that you
Yeah,
realize that it was a time
I like
for
that
you,
face.
was a time. Well, now that you realize it was a time for you to go in.
God, I've been thinking. I was like, yo, let me. Nah, I mean, well, I'll start off and say my first. The person was it. They were not. It was not their first. So, I got mine taken from me. Uh, yeah, it didn't go too well. It didn't go too well. Too many interruptions. Phone
Don't do that.
calls.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't flip.
What?
Don't flip the script. Nobody
Oh! I'm
talk
flipping the
about my own
script.
in that sense. Talk about the one that
Yes.
you took. Don't do that.
Don't. Yep.
That's I believe it was. I'll say one and a. I believe it was one. I was dating the girl. I can't remember too well because I remember the first time we did do it. We weren't by ourselves. It was like a group, and we went upstairs, and everybody went to their separate rooms with their partners or whatnot. But yeah, it wasn't pleasurable. I just remember just a lot of pain. Stop. Okay. Stop. And it's just like, come on, what's going on? Like, is
Was
this
that
a red
music?
light? Are we playing red light, green light? Like, I'm
Yes,
trying to
that's
just go on
exactly
green
what you
light. I'm
playing.
hearing red light, throughout. So yeah, it wasn't, second, third time for sure, but first time it
Wait,
wasn't
second, third
pleasurable.
time with the same lady?
Correct. It got better over time, but the first time was not pleasurable. Not at all.
Did you ever try to use like music? Like, okay, now with the music going on and
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
music,
We always got music. I mean, I mean, I always had that to me. I mean, music was there, but
that one. Stop speaking in 3 people, 4 people terms. Speak in
Yeah.
think
That
no
one
oh, it's the
day that
same
you
person.
guys
It's the same person. I'm saying that first time, it
guy.
was not pleasurable. JB asked, was there music? There was music, but the music did not help. The music did not help. It was just like, I mean,
What type of
I'm
music
trying
is
to
it?
be in.
What type
Say it
of
again.
what kind of music? What kind of music?
The man was
Probably like
playing
some
P Square.
R&B.
He was playing P Square.
Nah,
The
I
way you
wasn't
do
on
me,
Afrobeats at that time.
do me.
Afrobeats wasn't big. Afrobeats wasn't big, but
Oh, so basically around that time you were playing, but
this was like around the time of probably like B2K was out and some of those other
damn, you
people,
started young, boy.
all those lover bands and all that stuff, you know.
That guy was playing Downfall Driver.
Nah, nah,
Agatha Moses.
that would have
Agatha
fit
Moses.
that would have fit the occasion because stop. I'm not a downfall driver. Oh,
I don't know
man.
what y'all think music is going to fix. Music can't fix nothing.
Nah, I mean, yeah. I mean, music can possibly enhance, but it's not the game changer. So
I mean,
it
dude,
literally
The
depends
only
on
thing music works for is the ambiance. That's it.
yeah.
It's
If the
not
person,
it's not going to make losing your virginity
V with
any
music.
easier.
V with music plus the D equals success.
say that again.
I don't know what kind of
V
virginities you're talking about here, but the
and the
virgin, like
music.
your first time is not going to be. There's a very few percentage of people, especially women. Let me speak for, I don't know about guys, women who had a very memorable first time. And it's probably had nothing to do with the guy. It's just the first time is hard. It's just biology. That's it. So I don't care whether you're playing Marvin Gaye and you have dim lights and the softest mattress in the world. You have all the lube. It's still gonna suck.
T.
That's all I'm saying.
T.
yeah, as long as she sucks, that's
T.
all that.
Let me tell you something. Let me break something.
Shut up.
Back in the days, many, can you guys hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many ladies back in school and boarding school were already playing with themselves. At the age of around 11, 12, 13, 15, 14, going up, they were touching themselves. And I believe the hymen, or how you call it, was broken already by that time. A finger going into with Brexit. So now when you're
Not
talking about,
necessarily.
oh,
But go on.
biologically, most of these ladies were playing with themselves and touching themselves, and a finger going into it still makes you a virgin from an erected penis. But biologically, you're not a virgin. So when the dude is coming in, if you have this lubricant, you will not feel the same pain as a woman who's never had a finger in there. True or
JB,
lies?
are you trying to compare a finger to a penis? Are you really trying to
Sister,
make that comparison?
sister,
Some people
sister,
might
do
have
you
bigger
know?
fingers than.
I don't care
There
how
you
big
go.
even if you got Lord's thumbs, it's
Ah!
still
Hey, Lord,
So
again,
bad.
come again.
So
Lord,
no,
please
Lord, give
let's
I'm
us
see.
a visual.
I'm just
Lord, please let's see. Oh my God. I just noticed that today.
correct.
he's always shown his thumb. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
Nah. I'm only at all because that was a good one. That was
Yeah,
And
good.
you know the
because
size of the thumb has a lot to tell to the man, huh?
an
Oh,
erected
yeah.
penis and a finger. Come on now, that's apples to oranges. Like it's neither here nor there.
Okay,
And
but
just so you know, before you go quoting biology, the hymen can be broken by anything, not just
Sports.
the finger. So the possibility that you could have somebody who's been having sex and still has their hymen intact, it's very possible. You have someone who's never put a finger in there, but their hymen is broken.
Where does the blood come from during division of a woman?
I don't
Where
know
does it bleed?
many things.
The hymen when it gets
The
broken.
hymen
There you go.
could be the vagina, the vagina walls. The blood can come from
See, let me tell
anywhere.
you something. We had girls in the school. I was in St. Bede's College. We ate bananas on Wednesdays. jollof rice and banana. Those girls who come to the ref and collect all the bananas and take to the bro, buy our bananas for 10 for 100 francs or 50 francs. Stories started coming out that they were using those things in the boys' camp. So a woman who uses a bee in her, is she still a virgin?
Yes, you have not had sex. That is the definition of a virgin.
You've had sex, but just not with a human being.
Okay, if you want a potato, if that's how you want to define it, I'm not even going to go there with you.
Exactly.
But
So
Well,
go ahead, bro. Go
I
ahead.
want to ask you this because my answer is yes, I was still a virgin but based on what you were saying, it's making my opinion also like a little sketchy because before I lost my virginity, I used to get like head all day, every day. That's still from a mouth. It's not a vagina, but it's still a body. And then I finally hit the vagina. Okay, boom. I guess now finally I'm just virgin.
What age were you this bad, bro?
Okay. You were getting head already, bro?
Yeah, like at like 16, 15.
Sound like the disgruntled uncle.
No. Like when I say, all right, I was not bad. I think it was because I was such a busy child and everything. I was like you. I was always asking questions. You don't want to answer me the question? I'll go find out for myself. So like, I mean, not to say,
we suck.
huh?
That's what we're busy with.
Nah, bro. Listen, even when I was younger in Cameroon, I had like somebody who used to watch me, a babysitter. Like, yo, I was sucking titties that wasn't my mom's. And this is
that's
Cameroon.
sexual abuse. That is sexual abuse,
This
Lord.
is, I mean, every time we talk about it on this pod on the cast, like I'm like, okay, well, the thing is, I was curious. It wasn't like they were taking advantage of me. They were like,
Oh,
no,
they
were
were.
you doing it? Were you doing it, or they were doing it on you? They wanted you to do it. Did it become a time where you wanted to do it? Did you like it?
man, I was too curious to even know if I wanted or liked it. I was just like, oh man, titties. I'm like, oh, like you got a knife. Pop, I'm slapping ass. Like, bro, like it's like nap time. It was nap time. I'm there hugging her from behind, holding the breast. This is Cameroon.
This
I'm
is
like
Cameroon. Yeah.
9 years old, 8 years old, 7. I mean, and all in between those times.
I can relate with that
Like,
because I grew up when we had play, mommy and papa. I grew up during
exactly.
that period. So they were doing it.
Exactly.
So I know of people that were basically having sex. Mommy and papa, the mother and father were always having sex, but they would tell us to go sleep. So I have a friend that every time was nighttime. Man, we wake up in the morning. We wake up in the morning before it's noon. Do this like when I go sleep, mommy and papa, when I go sleep. I was like, why are we always sleeping? But each time I want to wake up, I see mommy on top of papa. All the time, mommy on top of papa. So those dudes, they were like 9 and 10. I was like 7.
You listen, you guys were always sleeping because something else was waking up.
Thank you. So you're making so much sense now, dude. You're making so much sense.
Yeah.
I was always sleeping, and then the worst part of the story is I have never been papa. I've always been picking.
Nah, for me, it
The
was
girl
just
did not like you. That's why.
No, I was too young to be papa. It's not about not like.
When the girl like you for mommy and papa place, they always fight to put the guy that they like for papa.
Yeah.
No, I was too young.
Now I'm telling you now that that's what it is.
But I'm
It's not
still
about
also,
you being
You didn't
I'm not
know.
denying what you're saying. I'm just saying that I grew up in that period where folks who were 14 were papa, and I was like 7. So I needed to be like 7 more years. And I never got to that age because I had like a bunch. We were like 20 of us in the room, like 20 boys and like 15 girls.
Before it came to your turn.
Thank you.
You guys had
Yeah.
you guys had all sorts of privileges. While people were doing that, I was busy tilling the soil. Can't even relate.
Well, look at you now.
Hey, you're still tilling soil. But at the same time, all the soil you've been tilling, there something harvested. You bear fruit. So be happy they taught you how to plant
So
things.
you follow the Bible, man.
Like, come on, man. I told you, bro. I've been on my good.
Wow, this was good.
I got a question for Tayo. because Ty is acting very shy right now.
Nah, I'm just,
I'm
you know,
loving
there's a
it.
lot of Cameroonian experiences I had. Mommy and Papa, I didn't do that. You know, growing up, we didn't have that time. Maybe Seven Heaven and things of that nature, American custom, but that was like more like teenage years. But Mommy and Papa, nah, like playing house.
Yeah,
Nah,
by
we
the
didn't
time
do
you
that
got to
too much.
Nigeria, you were too acatarized to kind of blend in. You had to catch up.
Say that again.
I said by the time you went back to Nigeria, when you were messing up here, and they had to send you back home to go and calm your brain and check sense, instead of you to go and blend in with the folks there, you had to go and calm down first. By the time it took you to calm down,
You have to
yes,
call
that's already
back.
passed.
Bruh. Nah, by the time I went back, I mean, I knew what was going on by that time, but younger, nah, I didn't, people that came from Nigeria and came here, or they had stories or talking about childhood, how they were growing up, I couldn't relate. But by the time I went back, I could kind of like see the tune, like, okay, that was what they were saying that time. Okay, I grasped.
So let me ask you my
But you
question.
guys had a thunder bottle, right? You guys used a thunder bottle. Flip, how do
Oh
you
yeah,
call that
spin the
game?
bottle. Yeah, we did that. Spin the bottle for sure.
Man, we used to spin the bottle. No, not for that one, but when we used to spin the bottle, it was a rock, right? It was a rock that you have to shoot. The person shoots with, not even eggs, a rock. So,
What?
so when that bottle spins and lands on somebody, everybody else better disperse because if you're the one closer to that person, the rock now land on your body. A
Where was
rock.
that? In Cameroon
It
or
can
here?
rock. We're not playing. Rock,
It's
bro.
stone, bro.
Stone.
Wow.
Stone will meet you.
I didn't know they played that game in Cameroon. I thought it was an American
Really?
thing.
We used to play that
Yeah.
thing, spin it like that.
You,
Spin
you
like
ever play?
Whoever it lands on,
So,
then
yeah.
I've seen
so
something
that
like
means
that.
if you never played that game, that means you never played Sobak.
No, we played Soba, we played Zolo beating. We played Awa. We don't play the bottle. I thought the bottle was an American thing.
Nah, man, we play
No.
the battle, man. Spin that thing.
Then as whoever's rock it lands on, they have to pick that rock and
Yeah.
Oh my
You give
gosh.
it for a little time, then you run, then you shoot. Sometimes you used to use Irish potatoes, guava.
or the
You-
seed. Yeah,
Chai.
the
You will
seed
be
of a big
throwing
fruit.
Irish
Yeah.
potatoes.
The one that we did that really hurt more than a stone was ankop.
And cope.
Yeah,
Oh,
we play ankop. Man, I seen the
That's-
ankop hang for my skin, so like I say yes. I say,
Oh my
oh,
god.
oh,
Oh
then
my
I said,
god.
I'm not playing this game again, man. I'm
Oh
not
my
playing this
god.
game. Then I left from there. I went and
Body
played
bruises.
Zolot Tape. Bro, this I was lit among these giant guys. They give me Zolot down there. Before I reached there, no, I'm going to call my Remy. But
Zolo beating.
they beat me on two. I never played that game since that. I've never played that game since that day.
what was the
Like
one?
a slave. Huh?
What was the game that you play? Like you're jumping rope and then that's shooting you with the dodgeball.
Doshin.
Like
Doshin.
it's dodging,
Dodging.
but with the rope.
How do you play
Oh, the one they do
dodgeball?
the ropes and
No,
the
there's
slippers.
Yeah.
no, there's Doshin, then there's Ciso.
Ciso.
Yeah.
Tizo. Man, I was the best at dodging. I don't know how or why, but people will always carry me like, yeah, Matt, come on our team. I said, let's go. The skinniest one in the room is always the one to be the champion. Let's go.
To this one. To
They,
this one. You didn't know
they
what
have
to.
a version here, right? Isn't it like their lame version is called a dodgeball?
Yeah, dodgeball basically.
Yeah, but it's not fun.
It,
But y'all
man,
had ropes added on to the
onto
dodgeball
dodgeball.
aspect, you said?
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
So you're
You don't-
running through the rope while you're avoiding to get hit from the ball?
Yeah, so basically they're skipping and
they do
you
the double
skip.
dodge.
So like
Yeah,
double
you're doing
dutch,
double
okay.
dutch. And then you can't get caught up when they can toss the ball over and then shoot you. So you got to keep skipping and duck. And then you got to like, bro, Matrix. I'm telling you, it was the Matrix.
That's next level.
That's why we didn't have obesity when we were young.
I'm telling you.
Man.
Playing,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
playing like
used to-
him.
They used
People
to
would have
love
passed out
between-
over here. Some people just can't even double dutch, not even speaking of dodging from a ball.
Bro, I can't even climb my stairs now without breathing so hard, man.
I mean, you got some stairs, man. I want to just like this. Up like that. Nah, man. Nah. You want to suffer somebody, tell them, go and run that thing 3 times. By the time they go 1, 2, I promise you the 10th time they're coming out, they're collapsing. I'm not even lying to you. But
Jeez, this was
when shorties used to play, CISO, dodgeball back in the day. I just used to go and sit down like in the corner because they'll be jumping, opening their legs like that. Wheel, and just
AK, the best part ever in primary school was
God.
when we have to force our classmate who was a female, the tomboy, to climb the mango tree. That was the best time. She has to climb the mango tree, and we are all down waiting for the mango to fall. And to put a little bit of joke in it, one time we told her that the best way is when each time she's climbing, we can see her pants. So one time she had to remove the drawers and climb like that. So we should not see the drawers.
where did her senses go that day?
She left it on the ground before she started climbing the tree.
Man, let me take
That's a bad man right there, man.
Let me take
Bad
a
man.
story. Let me take a
That sounds like manipulation. Manipulation.
See, back in secondary school, I never I really didn't know anything about, I was very naive. I didn't know anything about sex and all whatnot, right? So one day I'm sitting in class, this is like from 3. I'm sitting, how normally they'll pair people like man, woman, man, or woman, man. So it's me, this one girl, and then my other guy. He's in the UK right now. Shout out to you. If you hear this, you know yourself. Boy, we're all taking notes. This class is quiet. We're all taking notes. But I can hear little sounds like something is drawing, like I'm like, what is that sound, bro? I'm like, what's going on? So, as I'm writing, because every time I like shake and I look, they stop. So I go back. I take Sia and I senko now. I seen that a man's hand was all the way behind. Your desk is like the little this thing, and then you sit on the desk, and then like somebody who's behind you can poke you because your ass is like. So a man, like she sat all the way back from the ledge, so her thing was hanging behind here. My man was like in class. So I'm like, oh, you could do this. Totally forgot that I was taking notes there. Totally forgot I was taking notes and just fixated myself there. And Lord and behold, the teacher's like, what's going on there? What's going on there? Bah. Guy, have you ever heard of flogging of the millennium? They flogged us. You even think that I was all enjoying too. Which I didn't even touch. I would have wished I even grabbed small Bobby or nipple stuff for the kind of flogging that I got, But anyways, man.
Wait a minute. The teacher found out you guys were actually the dude and the lady were actually sexual, getting
Yeah,
sexual.
she found out that I don't know how she noticed, but she realized that both of them were up to some shit. So she went and reported, and they reported me to like I was part of the thing. I was like, guys,
You
smell my
found out because
I'm not even smelling nothing. You guys smell my what the heck's going on? Why they flogged us in front of the whole school, man? Oh, I will not forget that thing, man. Flogged us.
No. In front of the whole
Just
school.
for us, like 2 days later, we're in the boys' quarters, and these two people decided they wanted to really go and do the yammering because like the student, at school be like this, and then they have student quarters like all around, like so went to student quarters. This day we are skip school when we're drinking and things like that. So they decided they want to go and knack. So like college students, of course, nobody's really caring, man. You have to go and do your business, go and do your business. So we're sitting outside where some people are playing draft, there's music, some people are just talking in the corner. Hey. I see auntie. I said, only Bobby that started. I said, Bobby that bounced the air, and then she's holding her skirt, and then she's holding the rest of her things in her hands. I'm like, what is going on? What's going on? Me too, don't me too. I just run and got in the room. No, I had to run back outside. I said, man. I said, bro. Open my own pants now. Look it up. I said, Papi, ain't no way. I said, bro, ain't no way, my nigga. I was like, guy, there is no way. I said, even me, if I was that guy, I would have run 3 times, my guy. You're about to kill somebody's daughter. No wonder you guys keep doing this thing only in class. I've been wondering why you guys keep fingering each other in class. It's not because of this. You guys cannot do because this guy will finish you. That was the first time I ever seen some.
Why did you go inside there, man?
Huh?
Why did you go inside?
I was trying to see what she was running. Maybe the guy died or something. I don't know. Maybe he passed out. I was watching too many Nigerian movie, so I said maybe he's passed out. Let me go and check my guy. Maybe he had a heart attack for I don't know. But I went in there, boy, something that thing was just dangling like this, boy. I said, ain't no way, dog. I said, ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way, bro.
Oh my God.
Ain't no way.
Oh
I said,
man.
guy, this your young age. I don't understand how. I said, no wonder. I've never seen you. You know, every time I see you, your pants are always so baggy. You know what I mean? Like his pants were always so baggy. You know, his uniform baggy. Everything of his was so baggy. And I always wondered, I'm like, why are you always wearing baggy stuff? It was that day I said, guy, you get kind of stay, you know, even you give a ting pang support and boy. Yes. Anyways, man.
Oh man, that's a dope man. That's a dope
I'm
story right
dead.
there. Whew.
Yeah. Now he's married.
Uh,
He's married with 2 kids. You know, every time I get a chance to chat, I'm like, I respect your wife, fair. We just laugh. Well, no, we'll just
Strong
laugh and
black
keep
woman.
moving. I said,
Uh,
respect your wife. So it's a strong woman. Strong woman.
oh my God, that is so fun. That is so fun. So each time you see the wife, you're like, please greet your wife for me.
I'm like, hey, your wife, man. I've not met her face to face. I said the day I ever meet her, but I'm gonna tell the very story. I don't care. She'll hear the story. So she knows I know what she's going through, or maybe she enjoys what she
Exactly.
enjoys
Yep.
going
Yep.
through. Yeah.
Oh
hey,
my God.
yo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Talking about
I
that
saw
now.
this. I saw this
Go ahead.
random question. It was like a long time ago, and I was going to ask you guys, but it crossed my mind. And some of you probably saw it, but it was a proposal. It said, "Would you rather go to jail for 1 whole year, or go to jail with an Rubik's cube? And if when you finish it, you can get out."
Huh?
Would you rather go to jail without an Rubik's cube for 1 year and you have to complete that entire year sentence, or go to jail, but with an Rubik's cube, the one that has different colors, clack, 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 clack,
Mhm.
clack. And if you solve it, you can get out.
Yeah, I'll go with that cube.
I'll go with that cube, man. I'll be there for 1 year.
And you cannot be here trying to peel off stickers off
What
the
do you mean?
Rubik's cube.
Boy, so you're trying to tell me for a whole year you now figure that thing out?
Really?
No, I'm not saying that. No,
Okay.
no, Emil. I will go to Rubik's cube too. But some people, as I read the comments, they're like, "Hey, my guy, I don't know. I'm too slow for all that. I'll probably be there until like 45." Because if you don't solve the cube, you can't get out. But if you do one bid 1 year, hey man, cool. At least you do 1 year. In 1 year, you can end up being the next president. You never know. And build yourself mentally. So that's what other people were saying. Like mentally, they're like, "Oh man, that can change my life. I might, become a better person with that 1 year." But if I'm over there killing myself every day in that small cube while trying to solve another cube, some people aren't mentally that strong, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Baba Aziz, welcome back.
Mind over matter.
No, seriously.
But just run away, man. You run away.
Welcome back.
Nah. He had room service, man. You didn't see that man said, "Yeah, I'll be right back." He had another lobster, shrimp, and steak, bro. y'all just ain't know it.
Baba Aziz, before you became this good boy,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Let's talk to the rude boy Aziz real quick. Rude boy Aziz. He was in there somewhere. That's who I want to talk to right now. Boy, tell us that very first time you lost your virginity. Tell us that story. Go and find that rude boy and bring him out. Leave this good guy for now.
You have to take off your hoodie and your hat.
No, he lost
for us
it
to
or
be
he
convinced.
took it, AK.
No, took
He
it.
lost it or he took it.
He took it. Well,
Yeah,
everyone
he
was
took
talking
it.
about taking.
Yeah.
I don't know about taking, but I definitely have a past, and I'm not the purest of people, but for the most part, my experiences have only been with women that I thought I was going to marry.
Oh wow.
Keep it all the way 100 with you, and
Okay.
honestly, it's something I regret. That's the other part of the statement I want to make, right? You don't really understand the impact that you have on somebody else when you're doing certain things until it happens, and then you get to see over time who they become, right? And kind of like what I was alluding to earlier, where we have people unmarried in their 20s and 30s, right? And a bunch of casual sex. The root is that is the root of that is people really doing things they don't really understand and the ramifications of the things that they don't understand, right? So it's not even really something I'm really proud of. I've done some things, but nothing that I would want to glorify or say that I want anybody else to mimic. If anything, I want people to say, do better and be better than me, do different, right? So that's who I am.
Me too, Aziz. I'm not gonna lie. All these things I was talking about, I'm just trying to teach people to
Man,
do
you
better
Shut
see,
from
up
what I.
your
I'm not
mouth.
falling for
No,
that, man.
I am
No,
just.
no, you guys,
Shut your mouth.
you can't do it. You can't do that. You can't do that, Aziz.
His
I'm
name
not
was
falling
not
for that,
Lord
man.
at birth. He had to be rebirthed. Then they came
Listen,
and
Aziz,
you
made
have
him
to
Aziz,
Lord.
Aziz,
show
I'm not falling for that, bro. I'm not falling for that.
what you mean.
I am not proud of what I did too to these ladies. I'm not proud about it. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, but you said ladies with a plural, right? Aziz is a very gentle, romantic guy, man.
Sure,
I don't do the womanizing thing, man. If
sure.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
So basically, you are getting us so confused now. Are you guys get confused too, or you guys are cool with this answer?
What are you confused about?
Because I think you were out what
No,
we're talking about.
he
We're talking
he
about he
said he
asked the
doesn't
question.
have
Go
an
ahead.
experience
Hmm.
of him taking, but he said he went through his own experience of someone. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what he said.
He says he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't glorify those things.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't glorify it, but at this point in time, we're talking about what I did in the past. My past is my past. It's not coming back in the present.
No, JB, you got excited, bro. There's something about
How did I
there's
get
something
excited?
about you. There's
Hmm.
something
How did I
about you
get excited?
that went back to that past and was like once upon a time, not too long ago, right? Which is and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, that's just me.
Mm,
Man,
wow. Okay,
the
that's
ladies,
fine. No
the
judge, no
ladies,
judgment zone.
the ladies who want to cry because somebody says something, I encourage them too. The men who want to cry too, I encourage them too. We
Thank
are
you.
all storytellers here at this particular time. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And we're enjoying the art of storytelling, going back. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but at least I can laugh about it now because then I don't think that it was as funny as it is now. Even even the ones that have also done me dirty too as well. You know what I mean? I think about them things and I laugh at it now. We might even cross paths and we'll high five each other like, hey, remember that time you did me? If I catch you around the corner, I'll be bending your legs. It's all fun and games now. But it is what it is. Don't worry, one day, Baba, this will be, open enough to share. When I give him enough holy water. I mean,
Yeah, and
sorry.
I saw the dude was going back and forth. I was like, dude doesn't want to, he doesn't want to say anything. He doesn't want to say anything. Like, okay, I know. So I was gonna get back to you when you come back. Like, it's all right, it's all right. The things that we did in the past are all gone. But there's no way in my life I can forget the things I did in the past because it's not like I'm glorifying them. I just have to like, oh man, I've been this dumb, and sometimes miss some certain things in life though. Like, there's gonna be this one chick that's gonna be in your head every time. Not
Nah,
now you're married now, you're doing stuff different. But there was this woman that each time I listened to a particular song, like Celine Dion, I was like, oh, this lady used to like this song and stuff like that. I'm not
you
trying to
miss her?
bring her back. I'm not trying, no, I'm not talking about you per se. I'm just saying about like
No,
memories
no,
that I
no.
had in the past. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, do you miss her?
I don't miss her like that. I miss those memories. I have those memories that I miss. Like, oh, we did this thing. I have like the first day I met you, Aziz. I cannot forget that day. That's the kind of person I am. I have
God,
memories. I would tell my classmates things they did back in boarding school from one. They're like, how do you remember everything? You know? So I have that kind of memory about these certain ladies. Like there's a lady I was dating one time and she told me, I'm gonna teach you how to kiss. She taught me how to kiss. She taught me how to comb my hair. She taught me how to apply lotion on my face. And she was like 5 years younger than me. Those memories I can't forget them. Up to this date, when I have to apply lotion on my face, I do it different. Before I was just like waka waka. She said, "No, you can't do that. You do this, you do this, you do." So I have that. Those memories are going on in my mind. Certain songs, when I listen to it, I know this lady made love to me that day with that song.
Mm-hmm.
so it sounds like your sexual encounters have a sentimental value.
That's why I say I don't. I've never had a one night stand. I don't do one night stands. I don't. I don't date. I don't do those things because I have to be in love with you to sleep with you. So when people say, and I don't sleep with my friends, you need to be my girlfriend before we can make love. So I have, so I need to be in that process where we can be talking long distance. You could be in Maryland, all these things are before I got married. Okay, we could be in Maryland, Minnesota, but the day we're meeting, the first night we can have sex. But I can't just run into the club, meet you, and I take you home and I hit it. Yeah, you're a devil, man. I don't do that. Yeah,
That
that's
talk.
why I have a connection with my women that I've dated in the past.
Leave that talk. I don't know why you're over explaining yourself. If in every household you walk in and there's a picture that was taken a point in time, that when you look at it, you're like, oh man, that reminds me of that person. It's the same way as every other thing you do in life. If you come across a certain scenario, a certain scene or a certain, music or whichever environment, and if that person, you once had love for that person or you care for that person, a memory will flash in your head if you wanted to go down memory lane. It doesn't necessarily mean that, or you want to, it's affect you anyway, or you want to act on it. It's just a memory and it goes away. And I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, have you ever made love to a woman with a very not so clean down there?
What happened now?
Have you ever had sex with a woman who was not clean down there?
Who's not clean down there?
Yeah.
What do you mean clean? What do you mean, like
You know
bushy?
what I'm talking about. You dirty.
Yeah.
Did you go back for it?
Yeah, what?
Did you go back for it? Did you go back for it?
No.
Why not?
That was a one in time thing. It was supposed to be a one in time thing, and that was it.
So do you have memories of that woman?
Of that, yeah.
The best and the worst.
That did not take away from who she was, right? You know what I mean? That did not take away from who she was, because honestly, we had no business even doing that in the first place. You know what I mean? But it was just because of different factors that led to that. But outside of that, even to today, like, we're still cool like that. You know what I mean? So it really had nothing to do with that. But every now and then, you know what I mean, when, want to get into some laughter lanes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll laugh about that. We're like, hey, man, remember that one time? Da-da-da. I'm like, hey, man, don't remind me of that. Yeah, I hope it's not like that today. Like, sometimes you go, sometimes you say, oh, I hope you don't act as, naive as she was back then, and we'll laugh about it. You know what I mean? It's all laughing, things, and you keep moving. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just feel like if those kind of experiences, I would definitely not tell you, because I'm not good at telling people what I feel.
What's as nice? Wait, hold up. What's as nice as having period sex?
That's not what I'm talking about. You're talking about.
I'm just asking now.
As you being dirty, like you being like super nasty, like you take off your undies and the whole room changes.
Oh, and the whole room changes?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking
oh,
about.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
I thought you meant bush.
No, not bush. You should have asked me. I'm talking about you open and everything goes like.
Oh, I thought you meant bush. It was this one time that I went on a lady in the bush and I had to go find a toothpick because I felt like there was a rope that kept stuck right there, bro. Like I couldn't even get it out. So I was like
this guy. I like this guy, man.
I always knew you were a hunter.
Hey, yo.
Oh, shoot. This is fun.
Should have had
The funny thing was, anyways, let's just keep moving.
You cannot do that. What was the funny thing?
Yeah?
You cannot do that. What was the funny thing?
The funny thing is actually, like, when I put that thing out, I wish it was the other gray one that was there, because I've had a different significant meaning. Don't mind me. I was just saying. But have you ever seen gray hair?
And she was like 17 or 18. But she was like 20.
That was about
20. Emotional damage.
She was like 24. 24?
No, 28, 29-ish.
28. Oh, 28,
29-ish, yeah.
A lot of ladies be coming for some of you, man. Lord, you're going down, man.
Hey, like you said, this is our past. I'm not gonna talk about. I can speak of my past, and my future woman is out there. Shit, he knows all this already, so it ain't nothing.
I'm telling you, man. Like, some people be shy to talk about that one time that our thing didn't work.
You're like, what? Please.
You don't know stress. You don't know stress. So you stand there like, guy, this is what we are doing today. Guys like, oh, God, we are now moving. It seems as though they went to the military and they gave you that injection.
Okay. Have you ever had that experience before?
What?
Your team didn't work?
Yes, nah.
Really?
Yes, nah.
Is it alcohol?
It was alcohol, man. Drank too much, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought maybe you were not here, JB. I feel like we talked about that before, but maybe not. But yeah, nah, same here. It for me, it's so many alcohol, emotional, then like so many different aspects involved in there.
Actually, I was on I was on acid, alcohol, and ecstasy. I wanted to go up, but then I shut myself down.
Down. I'm about to say the ecstasy is supposed to bring you up.
I don't know what
Oh
I'm
my
doing,
God.
man. I don't
My
know
man
what
went on a
I'm
roller
doing, man.
coaster without even hopping on the ride.
So I have a homie that he be telling me every time that when he's with his woman, he gets her going. Like, I sleep so deep. Oh, you have to listen to what I'm doing to that woman. Oh, you don't know what I doing last night. I want kid anger. She'll be telling me that. So one time, this girl was African American. So she was like, um, why is your brother like this? I was like, what do you mean? Why he's like this? It's like, man, this dude doesn't sleep with me. Each time he drinks and he's drunk, he doesn't touch me. I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. This dude just told me that he be killing you at night time. Just like, no, this dude does not touch me when he drinks. Please stop him from drinking. It's been 2 months. Each time he drinks, nothing goes down. Even when he doesn't drink, topic for another day. I don't know why fellas be lying about that, man. That's not cool.
Well,
See, what about you? You're still okay.
With regards to what?
Drinking. Is drinking a stimulant or no?
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay,
Mm.
okay. Okay.
And I drink, I just want to sleep.
Oh, so so you will be cool with that, my dude. You
Depressants.
guys will be cool together.
Like if I have like 2 drinks to be alert. When I start hitting the third and the fourth, it's my bed.
Oh, oh, okay. I
I will
don't even
sleep.
drink.
I will sleep right there in wherever we are. I really don't care.
Oh, wow. I don't drink, so I can't really say a lot to that. But once in a while, I can get a
So
glass of wine or
yeah.
something.
So if homeboy plans to have action, he better stop me and drink number two.
I
Okay.
remember one. I remember one New Year's, Christmas and New Year's I spent with JB and his wife, man. One, she was pregnant. Two, JB cannot drink. I mean, JB doesn't drink. So I'm standing there by myself with one
No,
bottle of.
AK, don't do this. Don't do this, AK. Started the story from Total Wine. How much did we spend on drinks that night?
I don't know. I can't remember. How much did we spend on drinks that night? I
This
can't
dude
remember.
told me, let's just go buy something out there. This Hispanic drink. Oh, is I don't even know. So we went to the store, Total Wine. Man, we spent 750. I was like, wait a minute. We spent 750. And he was like, come on, man. You're an engineer. Just get this stuff, man. I was like, what?
It's New Year's, man.
750.
You have to drink like a king. Blue Label, you
He
know,
bought three. He bought three champagnes for himself. Three.
Veuve Clicquot.
Can't wait to come to your house, man.
We were going to the New Year's, you know what I mean? So, yeah. All to say, man, I woke up the following day, I regretted my whole decisions, man. I was a zombie for 2 days, bro. People were talking, just look at people like, man, I don't know. Please,
My wife was so mad at me. She was like, see what you've done to my brother. On the other hand, I was crying about my wallet. Like my money went down, man. Oh, those memories. Anyway, guys, I think
yeah, we've been going for
we've
so
done a
long,
good
man.
time.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to dig in the bag for this. So hopefully you guys will definitely use this as an opportunity to comment too as well. You know, leave your comments, leave your own thoughts, you know what I mean? Share your own experiences. You know, if you think we said something that did not sit well with you, let it sit well with you regardless. You know what I mean? Because it's all love. But anyways, man. Um, um, MCJB, lead us
Yes,
in
bro.
conclusions. Brief. Let's keep them brief.
Yes, brief conclusions. Okay, I've been asking questions the whole time, but I just want to do one common question for everyone to close the segment. Common question is so easy. I'm gonna go with Baba T first. So Baba T, everyone is going through the same question. The first time, was it a hit or a miss? And now, what have you learned from it?
It was a miss. Yeah, it's you don't know as much as you think you know. So you sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board and prepare yourself better than I mean, you can be excitement and all that you'll think will kind of like get you over the line, but if you're not prepared and you think that, you're going to get some special force that's going to push you over, nah, it's not going to happen. So sometimes you just got to go back and draw it out better than just rushing into it.
Awesome. Over to you, my sister T.
Mm, obviously, miss, I guess. What the next second part was what you do differently?
What have you learned from that?
Mm, shoot, let me see. To know my own body, I guess, better first.
Oh, nice. Nice. Is there a second? Or that's it?
That's it. I'm trying to keep
Awesome.
it brief.
Awesome. Yeah, my brother, Aziz.
It's a miss for me, bro. She's not my missus, so
Okay.
that's not a W. That's not a W.
Damn, that boy turned into a rapper.
Bring your camera on, man. Where you at?
It's a miss for me. She's not my missus. I was like, damn, Biggie, that's you?
But yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord, over to you, man.
It was a hit.
Oh, my boy.
And yeah, it was a hit. It was a hit. Because at the end of the day, the volcano came from the surface. So, and it's first time. So many things are going on. So I couldn't. The volcano couldn't erupt while I was actually losing that. But afterwards, fellatio, all that. It's like cool. But then the second time, oh Lord, for the next podcast, we'll talk about that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now you're taking us into geography. How do you call the volcano when it's out of the mountain?
I mean, you still got in. I still got in. I still hit, but I still
The
did not.
volcano when it's inside, it's called different. When it gets out of the mountain, how do you call it? Now this is geography. This is not a woman.
You talking about me?
How do you call it? The volcano when it's in the mountain.
Eruption?
Yes, the eruption when it's in the mountain and when it gets on the earth crust. When it's inside, how do you call it?
Lava?
When it gets out, how do you call it?
What's it?
When it's inside, isn't it magma? When it's outside, it's lava? Or how does it go?
It was really, bro, you had a miss. You just lied. It was a miss. It was not a hit.
How's that a hit? I mean, how's that a miss?
It's called magma and lava. Magma and lava. I was just messing with you. Geography.
Oh.
Check me out. I get sense. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. AK got it. AK got it.
Okay.
So
when it's inside, it's magma, and when it's outside, it's lava?
It goes anywhere around, depending on your geographical location.
Anyway. Continue. Who's next? This guy, no comment.
You're next.
Don't vex
you're
me.
next.
That Florida guy out.
You're next.
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry, I forgot. This guy
a hit or a miss, and what did you learn from it?
My first time?
Yeah.
My first time was definitely a miss because it wasn't my choice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely got some, some enjoyable moments from there. But I would not say that I really understood, right, what I was doing. So yeah. But at least I was able to, brag about it that, hey, this happened, but then I couldn't really tell, I could really tell you, the whole experience of it. So, yeah.
Okay. You guys know I didn't get to talk about my own. I'll talk about mine some other time. Yeah, but my own was actually a miss because a month after that she told me she was pregnant, which was not real.
What'd you do?
That's what I'm saying to you. She came back and said she was pregnant, which was not true.
It wasn't true?
Just to scare me.
Oh,
the
that
whole
Cameroon
time,
thing, man.
yeah, the whole time it was a maze because, yeah, lack of experience, lack of skills. I was in college back then, yeah, and it happened, and yeah, she was pregnant after that, and
Did you
I
stress?
realized I was so stressed, man. Haven't you seen my pictures when I was in the university? I was
Yeah,
this
I seen
small.
it, man. I seen it.
Yeah, I'm so tiny, like two of
You
these
look
right
like
now.
you look like you were Michael Phelps minus the swimming.
Yeah, okay. That's about it, man. Any question for me or we're good?
I think we're good for today, man. We're good for today.
Okay, awesome.
This was dope, man. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. But if you did not, tune in again next week. We'll have another special one for you. Hopefully we'll do it next week. And if we don't do it next week, tune again the week after that one. But this time around, tell us what it is that we're not doing right so we can get it right. But anyways, man, this is Palm Wine Central Podcast. And I'm here with my good peoples, Teres, Babazis, Lord somewhere, Chef T, MC JB, I'm Uncle AK. This is Palm Wine Central Podcast. Follow us on all social streaming platforms, PWC Cast, Palm Wine Central Podcast. We love you guys, man. We outie.